Taylor Heinicke's fire is lit. He's the starting quarterback for the Washington football team until Ryan Fitzpatrick comes back, maybe longer if he plays really well. Here's Heinicke talking about his chance by default, but still, nevertheless, he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. Here he is from earlier today.
What's that mindset that you have as an individual to know, like, this is my time?
You know, something I've been dreaming about my whole life, being a starting quarterback in the NFL, and you know, here we are. So I really try and take it one day at a time, one meeting at a time, one play at a time. I feel like if I just live in the moment, everything else will take care of itself. I don't try to get too ahead of myself. So again, you know, when we're at practice, I just listen to play, remember what we talked about in meetings, what we're trying to get accomplished, and really take it one play at a time, and you know, we'll worry about the other stuff later.
He was very good in the playoff game last year against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but the one thing that was obvious to anyone who watched that game, that style is not sustainable. He played that game as if it was the last game he was ever going to play in his entire life. He earned a sizable contract to be the backup quarterback in Washington, but you can't play with that reckless abandon week in and week out. You can't throw your body around like that, and he did get injured in that game. Otherwise, it's going to be Kyle Allen up next, and maybe at some point the revolving door spins to Cam Newton if they can't keep these quarterbacks healthy. But that would be my concern. How does he stay within himself and not put himself in harm's way? Stay available. It's critical to the team that he's able to play all of these games that will be played between now and the time Ryan Fitzpatrick is ready to return, Myles.
Yeah, and you know what? He's just got to be a point guard, you know, and I know we talk about this as a dirty term sometimes. Be a game manager. I don't think being a game manager is such a bad thing. You know, get the team in and out of the right plays when you're on the line of scrimmage. That's a really important thing to do. You know, if you're the backup quarterback, you're basically trying not to lose the game at a certain point. And I think that if Heinicke plays that way, then they have a chance. I mean, they've got good players on Washington. You've got guys like McLaurin. You've got guys like Gibson. He's supposed to be full go for tomorrow night after he ended up on the injury report with the shoulder. Logan Thomas, he's somebody that's another really good player. So you've got to rely on those guys and just try to, as you said, Mike, play within yourself, not try to do too much. You don't want to play with reckless abandon because guess what? You are the guy at QB right now, and who knows how long it's going to be until Ryan Fitzpatrick comes back. And this is a team that has, I feel like, realistic playoff hopes. Right? How far they're going to be able to go in the playoffs, who knows? But you got to be able to get into the tournament. And based on the way the NFC East is, you never know what's going to happen. So as long as he, like I said, can just be that point guard, distribute the ball evenly, you know, and not try to do too much, then he's going to be all right. But I will be interested to see a couple weeks from now, once teams really have some film on him, how they start to attack him, and if he can then adjust and still be, you know, serviceable as a quarterback.
Excellent point. Once there's enough film out there, that's when they find the tendencies, the tells, the weaknesses, force you to do the things that you want to do, force you to do things other than the things you want to do. They know who we mean. Chase Young praising Taylor Heinicke. He could start on any other team in the league. I think that is hyperbole.
Yeah, and Darren Waller is the best player John Gruden's ever coached. All right, I get it.
I think that if you would look up hyperbole, they would say, here's an example of it, Chase Young saying that Taylor Heinicke could start for any other team in the league. Maybe some other teams, not any other team, not every other team, maybe one or two other teams at most.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.